Hey Cougars, today we're going to introduce your project. We will talk about it more when I'm back on Wednesday. Most important thing is make sure you go through this, click through each little tab, and read all the directions, okay? Just know this is for the entire quarter, and so let's look at the project overview document. You should have this as a handout. So our objective is to design, build, test, and revise a model vehicle powered by a standard Mousetrap. So we're going to make Mousetrap cars, okay? And there's a lot of stuff here, but what I wanted to jump to real quick is notice how the deadlines are spread out over the quarter, okay? So our first deadline is going to be to define the problem document, which should be due before 8/24, which is coming up. I will adjust that deadline because I've actually been out 2 days and we introduce things differently. But then the next due date is September 4th. Then we have September 24th, September 25th, October 5th. So I just want to make a big deal about that. This is spread out over some time. Okay, so it's an entire quarter, but also there are close deadlines. So make sure that you're not just waiting till the end of the quarter to try to do this, because that's not going to work. Okay, so we're going to build a Mousetrap car. Here are some rules, some constraints, some restrictions. Your vehicle must be designed and built by you. Okay, you are allowed to get help. Okay, you can work with your uncle, your grandpa, your dad. You can, and I would encourage you to work with someone to help you out. But you must either acquire the parts or make your vehicle out of parts you scrounge from the home. But you may not go on Amazon and buy a pre-made kit. You can look at the kit and get some ideas, but do not use a pre-made kit. You will be disqualified, and that will not be good for your grade. So, a homemade Mousetrap car, you can get some help to help you make it, but no kits. Your vehicle must be powered only by a standard loaded Mousetrap, no batteries, no other power sources, and no rat traps. So how do you know if it's a Mousetrap or a rat trap? Mousetraps are tiny. Okay? So Mousetrap is going to be the small one. Rat trap is going to be giant. Okay, it looks the same, but it's going to be like, that's as big as somebody's hand. See how big that is? Okay, but we are looking for a Mousetrap, which is the smaller one. This kind of Mousetrap. Okay, see how small that is? That's a pen or a pencil, not a hand. Okay, so the smaller one. All right, so we will talk more about no elastic advantage. So any strings or arms that are used can't bend. No bendiness. Okay, they gotta maintain their no bending. Okay, the car must be a 2 or more axle vehicle with 3 or more wheels. Okay, so we're gonna start off. So those are rules partly because one of the things I'm gonna want you to do is to start acquiring materials, because pretty soon we're going to have a materials check. But before you can really do that, first we got to know what a Mousetrap car is. We got to know what the problem is. So right now we are in the research phase. So we're not building yet. We're going to be doing some research, and then we're going to do some design. So there's a design and construction phase, but first we need to come up with some designs, because there's different types of Mousetraps. There's some Mousetrap cars that go fast. There's some Mousetrap cars that go a long distance, but we have a specific goal that you have to make. So don't just go out and start building, okay? Once you get a car built, there's going to be a prototype day. You will have to make your car go 60 feet or more. That's your goal, is to make your car more than 60 feet. You will get 2 attempts to try to make that happen, and then after that we will record your score, and then what's going to happen is you're going to revise your Mousetrap. If you make the 60 feet goal, I'm going to give you a new goal. If you don't make your 60 feet goal, then we may still revise your goal. Bottom line, either way, you're going to have to do some changes to your Mousetrap to meet the next goal. Then you will have your final test day, and then at the very end, which will be just like the prototype day, except now you'll be trying to make your new goal. Then at the very end, there will be a formal presentation where you will have to dress up and present some things about your Mousetrap project to the class. All right. So when we get into class, I'll show you an actual example of a couple of Mousetrap cars I have. But here's kind of an idea. We'll see some pictures of one here in just a second. But you can see the grading scale. It's out of 50 points for the prototype and the test day, okay? And then there's some physics concepts that you're going to be talking about. Okay, so our first deadline is going to be define the problem, and that's what I actually want. You can look at these dates, put them in your planner. Here are some grades. You'll notice there's lots of grades because there's lots of little pieces to this. Okay, but what you need to do right now is you're going to go to the define the problem, okay, Google Doc, and start reading and following along. There are, here we go. Here are some examples of a couple of Mousetrap cars. So here's one. It's got 3 wheels. So here's the arm I was talking about. So what happens is the Mousetrap springs, and it causes the arm to raise up, and the arm is pulling a string, and the string is causing the wheels to turn, okay? And that's what makes the car go forward. So here's another one. So this arm goes all the way back right here, and the string is wrapped around this axle, okay? And when the arm pulls, it pulls the string, which causes the wheels to turn, okay? So there's a lot there. Please do the project define the problem. Mark those dates in your calendar. We'll talk some more about it on Wednesday. Thank you very much.